How would you go about structuring a team? And I guess what sort of skill sets would you look for?
Yeah, that's a very important question. Actually, that was one of the biggest pain points that we saw basically about MLOps. Many people say, okay, sure, we can do MLOps. But the question is, what skills we need across the life cycle, in what part of the ML life cycle, and also how many people, for example, we need.
Hmm.
Exactly what that was the focus of Applied AI's working group last year. We focused exactly on this, the amount of roles and responsibilities to basically develop not only use cases, but also develop MLOps. And in that sense, we came up with a framework that we named the ML Skill Profiles framework that consists on about 10 roles. We named them the skill profiles because actually a role, people thought it was about a person, so one person, one role. In this case, a skill profile is more like a function, basically. So one person could have two, three, four, five functions if you have a very small company, of course. But the bigger your company, then yeah, ideally one person will have one or two functions at the end. Yeah. So in this case, we have two type of roles. Let's name them ML skill profiles. So one of them are those skill profiles that have to do with the direction of the company. So you have, of course, the management roles like heads of AI, heads of data, CIO, that's chief information
Hmm.
officer. Then you will have the next layer. So what you have, in case you are in a regulated environment, you need some roles to set up the guidelines to comply with regulations, for example, or best practices. And in the next layer, you have the architects. In this case, it's the data architects, solutions architects, ML architects. They are in charge of create a platform following all these guidelines. And finally, you have the users, that is the data scientist, the data engineer, ML engineer, and so on. They make use of these platforms or templates to basically apply them in their AI use case. So this is the typical structure that we're proposing at
Hmm.
Apply.
Okay. And is that been just this, like the like? Is it just a template you've used for in multiple times then, or does it ever change?
Yeah, exactly. So that's a very good question also because every framework, of course, is just a model. So it's a best
Hmm.
practice. But depending on your company specifics, budget, amount of people, maturity level, etc., you might use less or more of these roles and responsibilities, of course.
Hmm.
And at Apply AI, we have basically an offering where we go to the companies and based on all these inputs, we define the best setup about roles and responsibilities in their
Hmm.
company. But always we start with the best practice and then we customize it toward the customer's needs.